they rookie player what they know based off dealing with LeBron for 20 years. So, but it's just like, and then we have an entire G League. So then there's no excuse because you can put your young talent there if you want to. So I just don't know. But vets are needed in the game. You cannot wash vets away. And I don't want to sit here and sound like an old head.
It might have been Tim Bontemps, and he was saying that the NBA was actually contemplating putting Jokic at a forward/center, which I would just say if we're going to do that, just get rid of positions completely. Bro has 0 minutes played at the forward position. It's similar to like the DeMar DeRozan thing. DeMar DeRozan guard. He hasn't been a guard for 5 years now.
I'm okay with them being second team.
Me too. I am too.
I have no problem with that. Somebody, if you're playing good basketball and somebody playing better in your second team, it is what it is. That's what the whole thing is about.
And they're like neck and neck, so it's not like everybody understands how good they are. Somebody just can't be on first team.
We live in such a generation now where it's like, oh my gosh, somebody has to come in second. Yes, yes.
I've never been.
It's always like that.
Yeah, to some extent, but like if hypothetically Joel Embiid always came in second to Jokic's first team, that doesn't mean that he was ass. Both still have potential to be top 10 centers of all time, right? It's like the Kevin Durant thing. Kevin Durant has one MVP. He was always second to LeBron, which is fine because he's still going to be like top 10 all time. You know, it's okay to have somebody at your same position be just slightly better or a little bit better. It's cool to be. It's all right to be number 2 when it comes to greatness.
Because we're talking about number 2 out of like, you feel me?
Yeah. When you look at the pool, you're number 2. That's a hell of an achievement.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. You mean I'm the number 2 center in the world? Because it's the greatest basketball league in the world.
And it's an argument. Ain't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it ain't like it's fucking MJ versus
Craig Hodges.
Yes. There we go. It's 1A, 1B, but somebody have to be B. Somebody has to be
That's
B.
just like the teams. It's so many great teams, but it's only going to be one champion. That's what makes the shit fun. I hate that everything now is so ticky. It's like the NBA players. Players used to play through shit and play whenever they could play. Now in the NBA, it's so ticky-tack. Oh, damn, my hip hurts.
You sound like an old head.
I know. And now it's the same thing with the awards and everything. Everything is so like,
Do a bracket for duos. Who has the best duo in the NBA?
Damn, Allen Iverson posted this picture of his MVP award holding
With Ja Morant. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
Which should be like what all old heads be doing. But no, Allen Iverson just in the class of his own, man.
Some hating shit.
No, nigga, Giannis will come off the bench
bro,
in 2002.
Wildest shit, bro. Wildest shit, bro.
Joel Embiid?
Bro, I listen.
Joel Embiid would be the water boy on our team. Nigga, is you serious? Come on, man. Don't get me wrong. No offense. These young boys can hoop, but back in
they always say some shit like that. They always say something
talking
like
about
that.
LeBron averaging 15.
But I'm going to do my regular voice now because I don't want to. But I would say that scoring is easier in the NBA just because of the different rules, the amount of space, the time. So that's why I said it's easier to score in the NBA. I think that's what we're at the point we're getting to.
Mm-hmm.
When that quote first came out, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, what do you mean?" Blah, blah, blah. We're seeing that the NBA is easy to score in if you are a scorer. You can't be touched. There's so much space. Everything is a foul. You get into the line. Everything is up and down. So it's like everybody's trying to, this is the first time in basketball where it's like okay to take just like the craziest shots with like 5 or 7 seconds in their offense. I remember when the Suns used to do it, they literally had 7 seconds or less, and it was like this global phenomenon offense, and now that's how basketball is played. I literally see the dumbest shots. Saw the Warriors last night in the crucial down the stretch game, and like defensive rebound, kick it up, and Anthony Lamb just takes a transition 3, and nobody blinks an eye.
Yeah.
So the more
he's him.
The more what?
Anthony Lamb, he's him.
He's him what?
He's him.
Shit. Okay.
Some of the defenses that were played back in the day are now more legal. Everybody talk about the hand check era. The hand check era was real. The isolation era was around then, where like every single player, the way they were scoring baskets back then is give our best player the ball and say shoot that motherfucker no matter the cost. I don't care if your toe is on the line. I don't care if it's heavily contested. Efficient offenses are way more prominent today than they were then. And honestly, talent-wise, we haven't seen this much talent in the league at one time ever. So now we got defenses having less opportunity to really clamp up, and people are just better.
Yeah.
It's hard to really lock in on a guy now because he's surrounded by shooters, and it's a lot of pick and roll. So when you got a guy running a pick and roll with 3 shooters around him, it's kind of hard to even like.
But I would even argue that. I would argue that.
What you mean?
At the same time, because of the way the game is being played, it's allowed more guys to shoot. That don't mean that they're better shooters, but they just are allowed to shoot more. Andre Drummond has attempted threes. That would never have happened.
He hit 3 in a game.
Then. You know what I'm saying? Like that never. So I just think that more people can shoot and do whatever the hell they want to do, and that in return instills confidence. But I don't think because if we take the same fucking players of yesterday and we put them in today's game where they just shoot, I think you would still have the same shit.
They would be able to adapt. Great athletes going to adapt regardless.
So Kobe would just be like, oh, shit, smush behind the three-point line. Devin George behind the three-point line. And they would just take threes instead of fucking mid-range jumpers. But I don't necessarily think all these, like.
High-scoring output or this just becoming the norm in basketball isn't necessarily good for the game.
Yeah, I'm going to go no. Just because I feel like the game is kind of like getting watered down to a certain degree. Like, we should get excited when we see somebody get 40. And I, like you just kind of basically said, we don't get excited. It's like another night. You know, there's so many guys that got 40 this year, and I didn't feel the necessity to go back and watch.
DeMar had 44 last night, and I didn't care.
So it's like, I remember the days of when a dude had 40. Didn't Corey Brewer have like 51?
He had a 51 point.
I remember being like a younger and that happening and feeling like I got to go see how that happened. I have to go see what happened. I think Terrence Ross had like a 50 game.
Yes,
or
he
something.
did, off the
I had
bench.
to go see what happened. Now these things happen and it's like, oh, Anthony Edwards had 42. And it's just like, if I see it or if I'm watching it, cool. But if I had 3 other games on because I didn't really anticipate that game, I may not really go break my neck to go see it. I may see it on the timeline. I may see Swish Culture. Shout out to my people at Swish Cultures on IG. But, like, I'm not breaking my neck to go see every 40-point game because it's happening so much. And then also, on the flip side, I think it's becoming hard for people to decipher who's good and who's not. And, yeah, I'm not a believer in empty stats. But I think volume is a real thing. That's why, like, yeah, I don't think that all of the, like, I can definitely agree that the talent is getting better because the game is just going to progress. But at the same time, I don't think that necessarily means the talent is better player for player. I don't think a lot of these dudes can fuck with Kobe Bryant. I don't think a lot of these dudes can fuck with Tracy McGrady, personally. Because, yeah, these niggas is taking a second option. Jaylen Brown, you said, niggas is taking 9 threes a game. 9 threes a game. That is crazy. You look around the league and that's what we should go see. How many guys are averaging 6+ threes attempts a night?
Oh, that's an easy look up.
I just looked up I was looking at random players yesterday. This dude D'Angelo Russell is averaging 6.5 threes.
Like guys like
Jaylen
Gary
Brown
Trent is probably shooting like 7 threes.
Like a Gary Trent. It's just volume. It's just that you shoot threes, everybody just dumping off. Just shoot. We don't give a damn about anything. You just let it fly. And it's like the game wasn't like that the last two decades ago.
Because I believe that the like Lakers fandom or just like the idea of Lakers is very at the bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? I'm making a tweet.
Hey, I said it when we was ranking players. The idea of Anthony Davis is better than the recent results we've gotten from him. I loved Anthony Davis when he was with the Pelicans. I loved the idea of him when he was with the Lakers.
The team is bad.
They a part of that though. Certain great
Anthony
niggas,
Davis,
it don't matter. Like I seen LeBron on teams that was damn near as worse as this, and they still was successful. That Cavs team that was a mess, but after Kyrie and all that shit, that wasn't no sexy ass team, and that team still had success. And I'm not even talking about them going to the finals because everybody said, man, it's the East. But they just didn't even look as bad. Like, this team just fucking sucked. And when you a star, and when you a leader, when you that nigga,
first half,
man, Michael Jordan, guys like Michael Jordan and Kobe weren't going for that shit, bro.
Through
He was basically saying that, like, yeah, he been dealing with some injuries. Of course, he had the back thing in the offseason, yada, yada. But he was saying that, like, the reasons for his shooting slump is whatever is because he's been struggling to find a rhythm because they're playing things a lot differently. Where, like, he doesn't have the ball as much now as he's had in his previous seasons where he's seen success. So he's kind of trying to get a feel for what his new role is on his team.
He was an all-star last year, and they have the same starting 5, I guess.
I hear Fred VanVleet, but at the end of the day, I'm a guy I'm a fan of him, and I'm an open fan of this Raptors team. I really don't think it's any excuse to shoot the way he's been shooting. I'm just going to keep it a buck. It sound good, but he's shooting disastrous, bro.
Yeah,
he's shooting terrible,
especially for a guy that was an all-star.
Like for a guy that was an all-star, and yeah, I get you probably playing different. That's cool, but like D Mills is hinting to, you do have the same. The recipe is a little different, but it's the same ingredients. So it's like, just because you're putting in the onions first, I don't think that the whole fucking meal is just oh my gosh, it's just awful. It's something that's the same. So for him to be shooting the way he has been shooting, and then even a shot selection, which y'all kind of just hinted at, is a big factor. And things like that need to change, but I don't even think they need to continue to waste the time of this team. I think the best thing they could do is get ahead and start to let this be a free fall. Like, they were never a championship team. Something was going to have to change, whether it was an acquisition or new style. And for that to be the reason that you're shooting, 39% or some shit, 41%.
He was like last in basketball last week, but he did have a decent shooting night against the Bucks.
I'm looking at his like recent games.
I think he had a good game last night as well.
He had 28 points last night, and just like in his last 6 games, he had 3 games he shot over 20 times, and he had 28 in all those games. But that's a lot of shots.
How many threes were those shots?
I'm just looking at like the quick.
Well, he's never been a dude that's been able to do anything outside. No, that sounds disrespectful as hell, but like because of his size and his lack of athleticism, he's always been a dude that's going to be a 3-point shooter off the dribble, because getting to the basket is tough. And then when he's at the basket, he's going to get 7-footers. So like throughout the course of his career, he's never been a dude that on 2-point shots he can make over 50%, because he just. It's tougher for him as a size.
Well, I think a lot of the success over these last couple games, just based off what I'm looking at, it's him getting to the free throw line. He went 7-9 last night and 8-8 before that. Because the 3-point shot ain't really doing shit. He went 3 for 9, 4 for 14. You shoot 33%, 28%, 25% the game before that.
Keep shooting them.
So it's like,
somebody got to do it outside of Gary Trent. You know,
and Gary Trent gonna get the motherfuckers up.
I don't mind shooting them. It's just the type. They take really disgusting ass threes that are going to be low percentage shots. That's the part of basketball in today's game that I don't understand. They don't like mid ranges because it's a low percentage shot, but they'll rather take a disgusting ass 3-point shot that's also a low percentage shot. It's just worth an extra point. A low percentage shot is a low percentage shot. Niggas be taking the craziest threes in today's game. It makes no sense. And it's like, oh, he had 28. Well, yeah, he took 15 threes.
How much longer is RJ Barrett out, or is he back?
I don't know, because it's like a cut in his. I never know. I never understood why he missed.
It was like a week.
Yeah, I never understood why he missed any time.
It was like yeah.
This is a cut on his offhand.
Oh,
if
shit.
you don't get that shit together and go play in these games,
Sabonis is just tougher. Simple as that. Sabonis is playing with a broken offhand, still giving 20-point triple doubles.
That's a problem with some of these NBA players, man. I'm telling you,
this era's soft.
If they have a reason to sit out, they will. I'm so serious. I know KB was joking saying his era is soft. I'm not calling him soft, but I'm just saying it's a thing around the league in today's standard where if you can miss a game, you just miss it. Like, I hate to sound like old head, but back in my day, 2003. Niggas played through shit.
And that's why they all played 6-year
careers.
But no. I'm not saying play through a broken hand like Sabonis. But if your offhand got a cut on it, man, if you don't wrap that shit up, Kobe had that broken finger wrapped up.
It seemed like Kobe had that finger wrapped up for years.
For a long time. Never let it heal.
It became a fashion statement.
Never let it heal. I know Vanessa was like, motherfucker, no, you ain't trying to touch on me with that little dangly thing on your
That's why.
Yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, my nigga, this go talk.
Go talk, go talk, go talk, my nigga, that's go talk.
Go talk, go talk, go talk, my nigga, is go talk.
Go talk, go talk, go talk, my nigga, it is go talk.